Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob the Rob's Nerd Knives. Today we have a review impressions of a knife I've had a little bit. This is the EMP EDC Nymble X Gen 3 or version 3. Yeah, so this is the EMP EDC Nymble X. This is the Gen 3, the version 3. You see that beautiful golden Timascus, yeah. I've bought 5 or 6 of these and sold every one of them because the one knife that I felt was always his best, and I still have it and I still love it, is his relative. The relative is just phenomenal knife. Still love this knife, still fantastic. And the reason why I love this is because I could drop this and it would not catch me. His flipper would always, I have to clear it and then the blade would cut me. And the Nymbles would always cut me no matter what, until this guy. So he has what he's called now the hidden flipper. You'll see it's kind of hidden. And you also notice it's not really wide right here. It's very tight. So I know the Tri-Stash, which is a cool knife, an incredible buy, by the way. You probably won't see this video before it's been dropped and gone, sold out, but it's a little spread out there, a little bit much there, and it's not always my favorite, and that's what happened with the Nymble, but he's not trying to be a flipper, so I don't have an issue with that. I don't have it with the issue. With the flipper, because of that, when I cleared it, this would always come down and guillotine my hand. The flipper works really nicely, right? It has beautiful action. The front flipper works really nicely. That fuller thumb hole right there works really nicely, and it goes all down. That's why I say it's a thumb hole, but a fuller, because this is the fuller part, and then this is the thumb hole. But it works really beautifully, and for the thumb as well. So you can do slow roll out, all that good stuff, right? And you can do all this left-handed as well, which is really nice. And I can come in here and have that beautiful reverse flick, and then come up high here if I want to, do that. And then I can come up here, do a knuckle flip, and I also have the flip. So the action is just, it's great. It's great. It's really, really, really. And then I got this extra special clip, which I'm really so stoked about because it's already got this gold, bronze accents. And I thought, this just looks really stunning. It really is. And it's a nice touch. It's not too much. Still makes you kind of feel it's a little fancy without being overly fancy. And I love the fact that this finger choil is very comfortable now. You don't feel like I'm spreading out my fingers. I feel very comfortable. Beautiful jimping up here. Really fantastic. Magnacut blade, hollow grind. Beautiful swedge on top. Fantastic jimping up here, like I said. Nice knurling texture on here, diamond pattern. So the knurling on the scales gives it some nice texture with, again, some beautiful chamfering. It does have corners, but they're rounded. They're not crazy sharp, which is always my worry when you don't see it chamfered. But in this case, it doesn't bite. It doesn't bite. It's not bad. I like that. I love this wedge, by the way. You know, swedges are aesthetically beautiful, but they're functional because they allow you to turn like a rudder. So if a ship's turning this way, you want the swedge to go this way so it can turn into the leather, plastic, cardboard, whatever you're cutting through. It allows the turn to be a little bit better, right? Likewise for the other way. So that's nice. And this is Magnacut, which is really cool. And you can see that right there, Magnacut little thing. So there you go, Magnacut. Nice. And it's satin finished, which is really cool. Right, you got a satin finish this way, that way, and then you got one this way. So very cool. Action is really great. I did put skiffs on this. Do you need skiffs? No. Is skiffs nice? Oh yeah. This knife really makes this knife just. If you're going to do that, you should do skiffs. It complements it. It complements it. Makes this just a really banger, delicious knife. I did find out recently he's going to do the Nymble XT in Tanto. That's cool. I don't have the money to buy that. I'd love to get a chance to check it out. I don't know if we're big enough here in the channel so we can get an early sneak peek. I doubt it. Someday maybe. Maybe he'll look down upon the lowly little me and I'll get a chance to look at it early. And, you know, even if it's a pass around a loaner, I'm more than happy to check that out and I'll pass it on immediately. I don't hang on to the knives forever. I'm grateful, just so you know. But anyways, I'm just telling that in case he happens to watch this, which I doubt. But if he does, cool. You know, maybe since we're almost at 10K, maybe that's worthy of a loaner. Even if I'm last on the list, just before it drops, that'd be cool. Anyways, I love the cutaway here. You do have, it is a little cutaway. You actually have a little extra access. It's not just chamfered down, so that's easy to get to. We do have a good 25, maybe 30%, 35% engagement. Locked in there, no blade play. You have no pivot lash, no pivot rock, so that's really good. You got a nice detent. Let's listen to it. Nice clickety. It's one more time. No detent lash, which is really cool. Nice detent too for crisp deployment. I like that. Now the thing is, when you do you have the fuller, you have the flipper, it's very easy to make it ridiculous for the front flipper. It's got a nice balance, definitely a nice balance. I did tune this just a little bit for myself because it was very favoring the flipper, which is fair. If you're gonna have a flipper, that's probably should favor that because that's what most people want to do if it's a good flipper. But I love the fuller, and typically the fuller and the thumb hole and the flipper, you can get kind of close and it's okay. But the front flipper is always a challenge. So I did drop that down a little bit. I don't mind this being a little less, so I can do this a little easier. And then I can also get my knuckle flips going on. I do like that. I don't know if I can, let me see if I can still do that. I have short fingers. It's always a challenge with my, oh, I did it. With my shorter fingers, longer fingers, that'll be a lot easier for you. So I do like that. Titanium scales, black PVD on this, beautifully done. Bronze anodized on the hardware, the screws, the pivot collar, nice black. And then of course you got the typical EMP EDC logo there, which is super cool. Right, then you have Magnacut blade, beautiful drop point. I would call this. Some people might call it a dagger. I don't know. To me, it's a drop point. Just no questions about it. That's what I'm going to call it. Beautiful finger troll, very generous finger troll. You can joke up a ton of room, right? But you can be back here as well. And I do think the center is right about there. Yeah, so center is right there. So if you're like getting into boxes, dog food, cat food, fertilizer, mulch, you're trying to get into that, this will definitely give you a little extension to get in there. We're going to do some weights and measurements here in just a second. Running on skiffs, action is beautiful, closing is fantastic, does just nice, just nice. I like that a lot. Very fidgety, enjoy carrying this one a lot. Yeah, so let's do some measurements on this guy. I think he's about 4 ounces, maybe 4.2, somewhere around, I don't know, 4.4. Sort of close. 4.4 ounces. It's not a super light knife, but it doesn't feel heavy. I will tell you that. It doesn't feel overly heavy. It feels strong, robust, sure, and I do like that. It's not like feels like a brick in your hand. It feels very comfortable, right? And this clip does give you a nice, before I do the next measurement, it does give you a nice deep carry, right? Nice deep carry, which I think is cool. Let's do length on this guy. How long are we talking about? Is this a short knife? It's a little knife? No. It's a gigantic knife? No, it's not. But it's not little. It's definitely 8 1/4 inches, right? 8 1/4 inches. So is that full size, what I consider full size? If you go from here to the back, right here, you're at 3 3/4 of an inch for the handle. But if you use the full finger troll, you've got almost 5 inches. Well, if you go all the way to the top, you're real close. You're 4 3/4 of an inch, maybe 4 7/8, somewhere around there, but it's a lot. Big hands, big hands. This is a big hand friendly kind of knife. I like it. Your blade length. Now we have to go from here to the scale. So we're looking at, I would say, 3 5/8, just over 3.5 inches. Actual cutting length is going to be 3 2, 4, 6. Is that 6? 2, 4, 5. Okay, so 3 5/16. So 3 5/16. That's what it's going to be. All right. So, I mean, it's a good. I mean, the finger troll takes some of the blade away, but I'm okay with that. It's super comfortable as a result. All right, let's look at the blade stock thickness. I think it's a little thicker than what we think it is. It's not super thin, but it's not ridiculous. It's not Medford crazy thick, but it's not super thin. I think we're doing 130, 140, somewhere around there. Yeah, 139 thousandths of an inch. So let's just double check that back here. 139, let's check it here. Oh, did it go down? Yeah, it went down a little bit out there. Let's go back here again. Yeah. That's cool. It kind of trails off just ever so slightly, which is fine by me. That's a nice taper. So almost just shy of 140 thousandths of an inch. It's about 138, 139 thousandths of an inch, which is great. Nice and thick blade, which means it's solid and robust, even with the chamfering up here going into the tip. But that hollow grind, oh, that hollow grind. It's nice and thin, super sharp, super edgy. And my edges have been super crazy sharp too now, because recently I've started using a diamond suspension strops, which make this so much more fun to strop my knives, to keep them crazy sharp. I do like that. I like that a lot, by the way. If you haven't done that, I need to do a video on that probably. But there you go. I think this is pretty stinking cool. There we go. Nice as far as that's concerned. All right, so that's our weights and measurements. So what's the price for this guy? All right, I think it was about $350. So we're definitely into the high-end knife, but then I did add the clip, so we're about that $450 range, right? Because that added, and then you put the skiffs on there. So, you know, all in all, we're looking at something that's just under 500, right? Total, probably closer to 450, somewhere around there. But that's not bad. It's still in the high-end range. It's definitely not in a mid-tech to custom, but it's certainly not just right at 300. If you didn't get the clip, it would definitely be. If you didn't do the skiffs, it would definitely save you some money. But these are just nice touches that I wanted to have. So that's what this knife is. But I think, is it worth it? Is that a decent price? So some people are not going to want EMP EDC. They feel like they're overpriced. And that's fair. If you don't like his style, a lot of us who enjoy his stuff and it sells out regularly, it does. His stuff sells out regularly. And if I were to, I could sell this knife in a heartbeat. Someone would buy this. Because this is kind of a, these are hard to find, especially in the LMAX, all blacked out drop point. He typically does the Bowie or the clip point lately. But this would, even if he had this drop, I could still sell this in a heartbeat, right? And I would get a pretty good amount of money for it for a used knife. It wouldn't be hard to sell, okay? Just like this one would not be hard to sell. So, and when he sells these, he sells them out pretty regularly. He really does. Yeah. And I know he's ordering more so that he has more on hand and more people have an opportunity to get them, which is always really nice. Because when he first came out, his stuff sold out so fast you couldn't even get one. It was ridiculous, which is fine. I mean, you know, new business, it's a lot of risk to carry that. And he sold out like crazy. And so that was, I was okay with that. I'm glad he orders more now that sometimes when he does the drop, after he's done the pre-orders, because you can usually order these, pre-order and get them, they'll be there for like a few hours, which means he has a lot, but they'll still be there for you. You have a chance if you know when the drop is. You really do. There's no reason not to. Most people will probably go back and buy them just because they want multiple. And so before you get those people who will buy, who have like 5 or 10 or 20 of these guys, right, then you know, you'll have a chance if you really want one. This is not one of those that's impossible to get. You might have to wait for the drops, but it's absolutely possible to get. Like I said, he's doing a pre-order on the Tanto. I don't know if this is still available, if you can do the pre-order as of this video, but there is a Tanto pre-order coming, and if you like Tanto, I would look into that. I like Tanto. I can't, like I said, I can't afford it right now. So still very nice. I do have some Tanto blades that I enjoy. I do. I've got one coming in from Rion shortly. We'll have another review on that one, but there we go. Really cool knife. Like all of that. All right, so is this EDC heart use collection piece? Absolutely, all the above, yes. Especially when you do stuff like this, it really becomes a collection piece. For some people, this might become a safe point. You like what you buy and collect, love what, buy what you love or like, and then like what you collect or buy, right? So I usually say, buy what you love and love what you buy. That's my phrase, right? You know, some people get all weird using the word love because, yeah, it's not equal to loving my wife. No way, no way. Every one of my knife would be sold in a heartbeat for my family. None of these are more important to my family, just so you know that, right? If I have a massive sale, probably trying to do something for my emergency for my family. I'll sell every one of them. I have no questions, right? So, but I love collecting them. If I get to keep them, then I still, even better, have my family and the knives. And it's a double joy, right? But, I definitely would tell you that I collect what I love and buy. I would get a Tanto if I could, but it's not going to happen right now. If you can, look into it. I think any version of this one with this new flipper here is very friendly. If he had done this in the beginning, all those 5 other Nymbles I'd have kept. If he does a new Nymble, a smaller version of the Nymble again, like the regular one, not a Nymble X, and he does this, if he's able to replicate this and I can clear it, and I don't have to worry about it dropping on my finger, like in a smaller, like a regular Nymble, yeah, I'd get a small one. I'd absolutely get a small one. This is a game changer for me. And I think it's a game changer for a lot of people. I know a lot of people have the same issue I have. You may not say it. Some of you may have the knife, you collect it, but you don't carry it, I suspect. You might have it in your collection, you realize, I don't care. I wonder why I don't carry it. Because you've realized after a while you get cut regularly. It hurts. When something cuts you regularly, you just don't reach for it. And I've noticed that in my collection. That's why if I don't carry it, it's a catch and release. And I have knives like that I've enjoyed. And then all of a sudden I realize, why am I not carrying? And then I realize this is not one, but this one right here, let's say he didn't, you know, Sean didn't have a perfect forethought with this fantastic choiler here, finger choil that both serves as a beautiful choke up for a great knife with this wonderful harpoon. This is not a review about the Knoll knives right on round R2, but this is something that people do, and I carry that. I want to carry it. I put it in my pocket. It doesn't bite me. It's fun to carry. This is the same thing. I literally have to look. I reach for this one very regularly, and I have to say, got to carry something else. You've carried that quite a bit. So yeah, this is one of those that's very easy to carry very regularly, which is a good thing. It's because every time I bring it out, and if I haven't carried it for a while, it's the joy of almost a new knife again. That's what I love. When you have a knife you really love and you haven't carried it for a while because there's other knives you've been enjoying carrying, and you come back to it and you go, it's a pleasure. It's a joy. You know what I mean? It's kind of fun. I don't know if you experience the same thing. For me it is, and that's why I like coming back to certain knives like that. And if that doesn't happen, then I question whether it should be in my collection. And I always love when this happens. So this is one of those for sure. All right. EDC hard use collection piece. Absolutely. This would work well. Frame locked and gauged Magnacut. Yeah. It's 63, 64 HRC. You're going to be fine. This is a workhorse knife if you want it to be, or not. Now it's black PVD handle. So keep that in mind. If you're wanting to keep it absolutely flawlessly perfect, maybe not get the black one, maybe get the raw titanium, and you probably have a better chance of that, unless you don't mind a little bit of character. Now, I'll tell you, I carried this one quite a bit, and his PVD is carried up. I do have one, maybe minor little nick right there. You can almost see and that's it. And I've had this one for a couple of years, and I've carried it a lot, and I've dropped it too. And yeah, it's held up really well. Like I said, that's the only one little spot there. Yeah, right there. Right there. And I may have dropped something on it or whatever, but it's held up really well. So I feel like that's going to do the same here. But even then, after you use a knife and you start getting a little character, to me I call that character, especially if it's a loved knife that you enjoy carrying and using, I have no problems with that, right? Now, if you have a knife and you think someday you're going to sell it, whatever, then yeah, it's a different ball game, right? It's not a collection piece. It's more of a possible pawn for the future collection of other knives, right? I don't know if it's not an investment, because really some knives you're not going to make money. You're going to lose money. It's a means to another knife for some of us, right? There are knives in my collection that I will sell even though I enjoy them, just because they're a means to another piece that I want to collect, right? So that's what this one here is. It's not that. All right. So EDC hard use collection piece, absolutely. For me, it's a collection piece, but I'm going to absolutely EDC and hard use this guy. Yeah, I already have. So, all right, overall design, ergos, feels, action, all that good stuff. The handles, really good, solid. Even though it's got like some what I would consider pretty sharp edges, they're not sharp. They're not rough. They don't bite me, right? Sometimes you can have these edges and they're super uncomfortable. And no trying to be disrespectful here, but Medfords typically are like that. Now, I have a gentleman jack. The slip joint is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. It's such an oddity to the rest of the Medford stuff, in my opinion. But most of the Medfords have the sharp edge stuff, right? I don't care for that, but he's taking care of that. There's no real sharp hot spots in here. Even the clip is nicely rounded everywhere. It's really good. So I like that, which means that's why I'm more prone to get something black that I feel very comfortable with. If I didn't, I wouldn't do this, because I typically will get something like this. Because I remember the first Radon, it was a little edgy, had some sharp edges, and I figured I'd have to fix a few things, and I did not. Sean really improved this Radon. So I didn't have to fix it. Matter of fact, even the action, I didn't even have to tune this guy, and it came in just spot on. But so that's why I was very excited about this. So I feel very good about that. Open and closing. I mean, flipper, front flipper, thumb hole, front reverse, slow roll, right? You can even get in here and, let's see, can I get it? Yeah, reach around. And then I can do all of that left-handed as well, right? Got the knuckle flip, all that stuff. It's great. Slow, all this is just fantastic. I love this knife. It's a fidgety goodness knife. I love it. So yeah, opening and closing. And oh, by the way, like I said, the axis there, easy to get to, not tiring. Sometimes you have a lock bar, it's really difficult to get to, and it's so frustrating. Not this guy at all. All right, so textures. Textures is great all around. I love this knurling diamond pattern. It's really good, really, really good. It's right up there with some of my favorites. It's not overly aggressive, but it gives you something to hold on to, and I like that. I like that a lot. You can see that. It's nice. All right, jimping. The jimping on here is great. Jimping on the flipper, the jimping on the front flipper, both are great. And then when you grab it, you can move across it, you lock in, you lock down. Like if you even have gloves, you feel like you're going to be in, and you can be up here and you still have jimping reaching forward. That's nice. That's nice. The clip is outstanding. I love the clip. I think it's beautiful. There is a lanyard hole there. So lanyard folks, rejoice. You can do your lanyard joy away, but it doesn't over prioritize over the clip. I love that. If you're going to do a lanyard, that's a nice touch. It almost looks aesthetically pleasing. You could do that lanyard, and if you wanted to do speed holes, you could add a speed hole and it would complement it. It would look like it's part of the pattern and you wouldn't even know it. I mean, that's just because everyone's doing that. I mean, come on, Sean did it right here. Other folks, I have some other knives with it, but absolutely is a thing, right? And so it's a well done lanyard. That's what I'm saying. It's not ugly. It's feels aesthetically pleasing. It doesn't feel like someone says, "Oh, I got a knife and I'm just gonna punch a hole right there in front of the whole design. I don't care what it does. Let's move everything so we can punch a hole." I hate that. This does not do that. So I think that's really nice. All right. Ergos, really comfortable hand, comfortable flipping, easy access for short, long fingers, big, small hands. I like that. Really easy to get to open and close, really easy, everything like that. The design flow, it flows. It's a beautiful design. I love how all this comes together. It's just a nice look. I like this a lot already, right? You don't have the flipper on this one, and I like this right here. Now this one's probably more of a dagger. This is more of a drop point. I know this is also considered a drop point, so I don't know. Blade Police, you can tell me whatever you want. Because if I look at this one, theoretically, I mean, this is closer to almost a uniform tip, but it's still kind of a drop point. Yeah. You can tell me I'm wrong. That's fine. I'm okay with that. The function is great. It works really nicely. Nice choke up. You've got a finger guard. I'm not going to slip, get on the blade, cut my hand. I've got the jimping here to lock me in, so I feel like if I need to do a hard cut, I can. It's a frame lock. I love frame locks for this. People will say, well, you know, is it strong? Yeah, it's really strong. Look at that. That's as strong as any liner lock. And this, by the way, is not aggressive. And it does have a flat spot, by the way, where the clip is. You see that? That's a really nice touch. So it's not going to shred up my pocket when it goes in and out, which I really appreciate. So many times people will put a clip right on top of that and it becomes a pocket shredder. It's very annoying. Did he put a... He did. I never realized that. Oh my gosh. Or did I realize it? It's a flat spot underneath that clip too. Maybe I did realize that. I don't remember talking about it, but it's nice. It goes in and out of the pocket really nice. So that's great. Fidget factor scale. Now this is one of those knives, they do so much that this is one of those knives that executes it in almost every way. I can go down here. I got a little fuller. I can still flick low, and I can bonus flick. With all the options I have, I can still bonus flick, right? And I can bonus flick. Hey, let's do it. Can I do it left hand? Might be a little challenging left. I can definitely do a fuller left hand. Yeah, definitely do a fuller left hand. Left hand, I'm not left-handed. If my hands were a little stronger left hand, I probably could do it there as well. This is going to be high. This is going to be high. This is like, if it's a 9.5, it might be a 10. It might be a 10. I can't think of what would make it a 10. I mean, sure. I mean, I guess a 10 would be if you had the button on the frame lock, but I don't know. I feel like it would take away from the design. Feel because you'd have to do some stuff to get around the frame and the scale. And I just like this. I like all the ways this opens and closes. I like it closes so nicely. It's easy to work with. Lock bar is not. It's not tiring. It doesn't feel like it's going to make your fingers fatigue, blister, or anything. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 10. Very few knives I've given a 10, but this is just, it's so much. So much it does it, and it does it well. And I was just so surprised. So, I mean, I took a long time to make a decision to buy this thing. I asked a lot of questions. I remember I asked Metal Complex. I asked everybody who had one. I asked EMP EDC. I said, hey, can you clear that? And I don't know if they understood what I was talking about. And some people, every time somebody they would do this, they'd close it, they would do this, and then they would close it. No one would clear that. And when I finally saw that you could clear it and do that, I just was so happy. So happy because I liked it. And I wanted something that was like fidgety in every way like this. So yeah, definitely a 10. Is it 100? Is it an A? It's absolutely an A. It's an A+. It's absolutely an A+. Is it 100? Yeah, it's an A+. Everything on this knife that's designed to be able to reverse flick. I mean, that's kind of an unusual flick there. I'd rather use that. That's more natural. But if I wanted to, I could use that fuller right there, right? I could use the fuller if I want to. I can use the fuller up here on top. like that as well, right? Everything on this knife, I can do. Everything I can do. So it's 100. This is 100, and that's no small feat. That's no small feat. No small feat. I think he really executed that well. That's a pleasant surprise, right? I didn't think it would do that. I honestly thought I'd get it and I'd probably have to catch and release. I really did, and now I'm not. Now, would some knives ever become catch and release because I'm trying to acquire another knife? Yes, absolutely. There's always that chance. There's always that chance. So people have asked me, hey, are you willing to sell this knife? And sometimes I'll be like, no, no. And then somebody asked me at the one time where I'm like, yeah, I would be willing to sell it because I need to get this other knife I really want. And sometimes another knife, the desire to get another knife will let me part ways with a knife that I will tell you, I've sold a lot of knives I've enjoyed. If I could keep every knife that I absolutely loved, I would have 500-600 knives in my collection. Maybe 700, I don't know. It'd be insane. But I don't have that kind of money, and that's okay. That's how I continue to do this channel, is I sell some of the knives I have. And I've given a lot of knives away too, right? So yeah, that would be a whole different thing too. That would probably add another 200 knives in my collection, because I've given away knives I enjoy. Like for instance, I bought this knife. This is a crock, right? This is the Vostede one. It's a kind of budget knife, and it's not super budget, but it's just over $100, but it's really good. It's that top liner lock. It's great, easy to work with. It's a knife I would absolutely carry, put in my car, have a secondary backup, but it'll be a giveaway knife, right? Because that range, it's typically I buy them to give away. But I would keep it if I could, right? So this is definitely going to be one of those. At least for now, I'm enjoying this a lot. The question is, has it dethroned my relative? I don't think so. I will tell you honestly, I like the blade shape of this one a lot more than the blade shape of this one. And that's what really I dig. This blade shape, this look here, this swedge, even this thumb hole, it's a little sexier than this. There's nothing wrong with this. I like this a lot. It was my knife of the year, I think, in 2023. Yeah, it was knife of the year 2023. Absolutely, the relative was just lights out. I loved it. I had the clip point in a full titanium version, but this, put this blade on here, EMP EDC. Hey, put this blade on here. Hey, seriously, put this blade on here. Yeah, I think so. Anyways, the Tanto is going to be crazy too, so for sure. All right, so is it recommended? Yeah, what do you think? Yes, obviously, I think that's a given. 100% recommend it, no questions asked. Is it a favorite? Yeah, of course, absolutely a favorite. So let's take a quick look at it before we wrap up here real quick. So let's take a look at that nice, beautiful blade with a beautiful hollow grind, a beautiful sand finish. You see that beautiful thumb hole fuller. I call it it's really a fuller, a holy fuller, right? People call it a thumb hole because it's a hole. I can't get my whole thumb in there, so I'm gonna call it a fuller. You correct me, you yell at me, whatever, I don't care. It doesn't really bother me. Love the knurling on here, it's really nice. I love this chamfering around here, it's a nice touch, and the edges don't bother me. They're done well where they don't dig in. I've handled some knives where you have these edges and they use 0.05 chamfering. These must be 0.1, 0.09 or whatever. There must be more than 0.05 chamfering. 0.05 chamfering feels awfully edgy and comfortable to me. This does not. So whether it's 0.1 or 0.11, I don't know what the chamfering. I don't know. I'm not a milling CNC guy, but this feels nicer. Could also be the PVD coating, of course, but I love the diamond pattern. They're knurling on there. It's really nice. I love the anodized collar and the screws. It's a nice touch up here as well. Kind of gives it almost a contoured feel. It's a flat scale, but almost a contoured feel. Lanyard looks aesthetically pleasing in flow of the design of the overall knife, right? You do have a back spacer up here, black back spacer. It matches nicely. And then we go over here. We have this beautiful gold Timascus clip. It is Timascus. And it's not Mokume. Thank God, because I had a Mokume clip once before, and boy, it just bends. This has flexibility. It's nice and solid. So, and it's a gold Timascus. That actually, if you know when you heat treat Timascus, you can get to that kind of dark sort of color mix, then you get to that really beautiful bright blue, which is the next. Then you get to that all gold. There's no colors in it. Then you get the kind of different colors mixed in together, and then you get the very gold with the colors, and that's right before you get to green. So this is right before you get to the green. It's a beautiful color, and it matches everything nicely. It's a little extra heat to get in there. You can definitely see the colors in there. I like it. I like it. It's a beautiful kind of the two there. And then the cutaway right here on the lock bar, really nice. I like that. Again, steel bar insert over travel stop. If you didn't see it before, can we show it? Where are you? There you are. All right, you see it right there? Come on, there you are. You see it right there? Right there. Okay, so that allows it not to overextend the blade here like that, right? You got the pivot collar, all that good stuff here. Got the beautiful hollow grind in the back here. No billboarding. The only billboarding you have is this little logo, and it's kind of just sort of a trademark, and it's just cool. It's just a cool logo. It's not ugly. It's not overstated. It's just kind of who EMP EDC is, and so it works. It works really well. He does do Magnacut down here, which is nice and out of the way. I like that. So, you know, you don't feel like someone's like trying to blow up in your face with all this stuff. The swedge is really nice. I really dig that swedge. And it's nice, got a nice pokey tip there. You can get into things, dog food, cat food, fertilizer, mulch. It's just going to be very useful. And you look inside, you got some great weight relief on the inside. Can you see that? And I think we can see it up here too. There's on this side. The lock bar, really nice. Steel bar insert over travel stop. You can see that chamfering on top. I like that. You do have a little knurling down here, so I mean, I guess if you're choking up here, it does keep you from sliding. I like that. It's kind of a bonus. All right. Oops, I did that too fast. All right, so let's get a nice little shot here of the knife. I like to point out the hollow grind with the light. You see how that hollow grind really stands out? I think that's nice. But I don't know. To me, what really stands out on this particular knife is that Timascus clip right there. Isn't that gorgeous? I think it's really nice. It's a nice accent. It's very subtle. It's not overstated, if you will. And to me, I really dig that. I enjoy the lack of overstatement, the lack of obnoxiousness. It's just, it's classy. It's sophisticated. It's still strong and burly. You know what I mean? It's a knife that just you don't feel like you have to apologize for or make excuses for, and people can still look at it and go, "Dang, that's cool," right? I don't know. So to me, that's what I think about it. All right, that is the EMP EDC Nymble X. All right, Nymble X. Let me get the right card here. Appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for checking out this review. Let me know if you have one, what your thoughts are on yours. How are you enjoying yours? Do you feel the same about it? Have you changed your mind on it? Did it not work for you? Did it work for you? Love to hear. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, informative, entertaining, whatever, anything. If you like, you're like, hey, that's cool. Will you please consider hitting the like button down below? Really appreciate that if you would. And if you already hit the like button, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button as well. Subscribing and liking the channel. It really does help me out. We're trying to shoot for 10K on my RNK road to 10K. We're really close. Depending on when you watch this video, maybe we've already been there. I don't know. But we're trying to get there, so I appreciate you guys' support of the channel and appreciate any new subscribers. So thank you. Thank you for watching the videos, being part of the live stream and all that good stuff. Very much appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, maybe consider hitting the notification button as well down below so you can be notified of future content like this and other videos. A lot of you guys watch the videos, but I get it. You don't want to be notified about everything, but if you happen to like this content, you kind of dig it, you want to see more of it, maybe hit that button. Just a thought. Also, a big shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you. You guys do two amazing things. You encourage me, and I really want to say thank you. I really do mean that. I don't do this full-time. I'm part-time. Secondly, because of your generous support and supporting the channel, it allows me to do a lot of things that I didn't think I could do way sooner than I thought I could. So thank you. Thank you for that as well. Allow me to check out knives. Allow me to do weekly budget banger giveaways. A lot of stuff. Just appreciate you. As a result of that, I want to do two cool things for you guys. I want to, brand new channel members, email me your name and address. I want to mail you a channel sticker and a thank you note. All new channel members, I really want to get that out to you. Secondly, channel members, you are now eligible for the once a month members exclusive giveaway. So every week we have the Budget Banger giveaway, but then that 1 week in the month we'll have two giveaways. We'll have the Budget Banger giveaway, the members exclusive giveaway. And that members exclusive giveaway is a little nicer than Budget Banger. So I try to make sure it's something that maybe you'd like to win or give as a gift, right? So you're eligible for it. And if any of that sounds interesting, you thought, hey, I like stickers. Hey, I like the giveaway. And hey, I saw there's some special emojis. Yes, there is special emojis. That's another thing. There's special exclusive content. There's 1 year, 2 year anniversary stuff. There's a lot of little things I do. Just I want to say thank you. If that sounds cool, please, there is a link, 3 different level, basic, medium, high tier. I don't want anybody ever to feel obligated to do it because you want to, but if you do, thank you. Just thank you. All right. Appreciate all of you guys out there. If you haven't already, check me out over on Instagram at Robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at Robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.